Hello there guys, what's going on then? It's your boy Ben Gregson here. So today I'll be showing a Game 1 feature between myself at 621 rating versus Cloud Strife at 1401. This is a significantly, mismatched rated game. I haven't been playing much on my main account, which is why my rating is so low. I haven't really had much of a reason to play on my main account just because I only like playing decks that are fully defined on my main account, which is why I'm playing this particular Zefra list. If you've noticed, it is 43 cards in comparison to the 42 I originally showed. It's because I'm playing an additional copy of Zefra Wendy and didn't know what to take out, so we're just playing 43 instead of 42. It doesn't really come up, but let's get right into it. So obviously we're just going to show our own hand here, because I want to go through my thought process and what I'm actually playing around. So as you can see, my opening hand is Ash Blossom, Zefraxi, Zefra Thuban and Zefra Pilica, and a Pot of Desires. We have no high scale at the moment. We are playing additional high scales in the deck now though, so we should be fine, as long as our opponent doesn't put up like 85 negates. So he starts with an Extra. I still don't know what he's playing, so I'm just going to Ash Extra, because I don't want him going +1, I'd rather just take the 1-for-1. And then he normal summons Ecclesia. So I have a hunch that he's on ELDLICH Dogmatika, because he's playing Extravagance and Ecclesia in the same deck. He could also be on the Subterra Dogmatika deck, but I'd like to hedge my bets on ELDLICH a lot of the time. And if you guys saw my Zefra Path video, you'll understand why I think this matchup is kind of free. So my opponent sets 2 background passes to us. We draw our high scale, we're in the money. We activate Pot of Desires, banish 10. And we draw 2. We'll take a look at the cards we banished. So we banished Gamma, the Gizmek Kaku, which means we don't have access to that anymore. Oracle, the Zefra, Terraforming, Zefra Thuban, Dimension Shifted, Divine Strike, this sucks. Zefra Wendy, if we didn't play the second copy, we'd lose this game. Ash and the second Gamma, so we don't have to worry about drawing Gamma for the rest of the game. We draw a Zefra enemy and a Zefra War, which means we can constantly Pendulum Summon the Zefra enemy. Take note, we didn't actually banish our third copy, so there is still a third copy left in our deck. We're going to scale Pilica, we're going to scale Zefra enemy, and then we're going to Zefra War away the Ecclesia to play around the Fleur-de-Lis that we know is in his hand. So we're going to pop the Zefra enemy, pop that, and then we're going to scale the Zefra enemy, Pendulum Summon the Zefraxi and the Zefra enemy from our extra deck. That way, we did it this way so our Zefra enemy doesn't get negated by the Fleur-de-Lis, because we want to be able to grind, and we can't grind without the Fleur-de-Lis being live. So we're going to use Zefra enemy to search a copy of Providence. Our Zefra enemy is now a tuner. Our opponent's going to say he's thinking on the resolution, and he's going to punishment away our Zefra enemy, which is fine. Like we don't mind this too much. We're just going to Providence for Path. That way, during the end phase, when he attempts to Titanic Lad, he can't summon from the deck, meaning he can't get a search off of his Ecclesia in our turn. So on the activation of Path, he's actually going to chain Conquistador, so our hunch about him being on ELDLICH comes to pass. We can't attack over this, it's 1800 defense, so we just have to pass on a Zefraxi pass, which isn't the best, in all honesty. So our opponent normal summons Ecclesia, uses the Ecclesia effect, searches a copy of Punishment, so we have Punishment to play around next turn, which shouldn't be too hard with Providence in our grave. So once again, we're going to take the line where we kill this, because if we kill this, we play around the Fleur-de-Lis that we know he has. So we're going to enter battle phase, attack. He's going to let the Ecclesia die, and we're going to... I think I Providence to save it. No, I let it die, because I know I can get it back from the deck with the Wendy we search off of Oracle. This is how you grind with Wendy, by the way, for those of you who are asking. Wendy is essentially for the late game, or when you don't have Zefrath. You want to be summoning Wendy every single turn to be able to grab back additional link materials and also be able to Pendulum summon more than one monster per turn. So we're going to grab Wendy, use Wendy's effect, grab Zefra enemy from our extra deck, and then we're going to Pendulum summon 2, being the Zefraxi and the Zefra enemy. Zefraxi Chainlink 2, Zefra enemy Chainlink 1, usual stuff, search Providence. Obviously Divine Strike being banished here is kind of bad. So he doesn't do anything on resolution, which means I'm pretty safe to just make Shen here, or Kaibi, or whatever you want to call it. in hindsight, should have Providenced first, because if this Shen Shen does stick, we don't get the Providence in the graveyard. Minor misplay here. But he's reading Shen Shen, and he punishments, and he chains Fleur-de-Lis. He sends the 5-headed dragon to pop Shen Shen, and then we'll Zefra Providence grab Zefra War. So I believe we're in a winning position now. He extravs, which is an insane top deck, by the way. Draws 2 off of extrav. Punches a Zefra Wendy, we take 1500. And then I sit here and think for a while, and I Providence to save the Wendy. This is additional link material and an additional way to kill our opponent next turn. Which is what we're planning on doing on turn 5, which never happens. We draw a Dimension Shifter. So there's a line here where I can Pendulum Summon the Zefra DB and then tribute over the Wendy or the Thuban to get myself a rank 6. So I can like make Sheridan send his Fleur-de-Lis and then summon his Fleur-de-Lis back to my side of the field if we weren't under Zefra Path. Let's correct myself, you can't actually do that. But I can also make Utopia Beyond to kill the Fleur-de-Lis. Like, there's a load of ways we can kill the Fleur-de-Lis, and if he's just sat with the Conquistador or the Golden Land, I don't really care. I can just war it off board anyway. But I decided to take a different line. So I wore my Oracle away and the Fleur-de-Lis, obviously. I don't know if he has another Fleur-de-Lis in hand, but I wanted to play around it anyway. So we kill the Fleur-de-Lis, and then we Pendulum Summon 2. We use Thuban to target our Wendy and the Conquistador, and then we use Zefra Nui. We're going to grab another card, probably an Oracle, just to keep cycling. And our opponent actually scoops it up here, because being locked under Zefra Path when your Dogmatika engine is completely gone, like he only has 1 Ecclesia left and his 3 Deer Servant, he's not going to have a way to grind with his Eldlich engine, and he did draw a lot of Eldlich cards here. And as you can see, it's just a power of Path being very, very good against the Eldlich deck. And yeah, that's basically how you beat the Eldlich deck in a nutshell, is you just Zefra Path them, and like half the deck is just completely turned off, and you win a lot of games for free that way. And yeah, that's going to be it for the video, guys. If you did enjoy and want more duel replays, please let me know in the comments down below. Thank you for all the support on the previous video on the deck profile. Absolutely overwhelming, really big thank you for that. And if you did enjoy the video, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you'd like more Zefra content. And that's going to be it from me. Have a nice day.